Safety Training and Environmental Protection, LLC presents Electrical Safety Overview, a toolbox talk highlighting hazards that are present for all workers in an industrial setting, not just those workers whose tasks include direct work with electricity. We depend on electricity in our homes for everything from regulating ambient room temperatures to keeping our foods refrigerated. Electricity is a vitally important commodity at our job as well. Whether working in an office or in an industrial plant, electricity is central to job completion. Everyone should be aware that electricity poses inherent dangers in all settings, especially in industrial plants where high voltage and electrically charged equipment is present. Hazards posed by working around electrically energized equipment include shock, arc flash, which can cause burns, and arc blast. An electric shock occurs when a person comes into contact with an electrical energy source. Electrical energy flows through a portion of the body, causing a shock. Exposure to electrical energy may result in no injury at all or may result in devastating damage or death. The National Fire Protection Association defines arc flash as an electric current that passes through air when insulation or isolation between electrified conductors is no longer sufficient to withstand the applied voltage. It is one of the hottest things on Earth and can cause burn injuries from a distance of 20 feet and can kill from a distance of 8 feet. Arc flash is responsible for 75% of all electrical-related injuries. Each year, more than 2,000 people are treated in burn centers with severe arc flash injuries. Arc blast is the resulting high-pressure sound wave caused by a sudden arc fault. Accidents caused by touching a test probe to the wrong surface or slip tool are the most common cause of an arcing fault. Arc flashes can also be caused by sparks due to breaks or gaps in the insulation, equipment failure due to use of substandard parts, improper installation, or even normal wear and tear, dust, corrosion, or other impurities on the surface of the conductor, a tool, rodent, or other element in a breaker or service area that compromises the distance between energized components, and equipment that has not been properly de-energized. OSHA requires employers to protect employees from the dangers of arc flash by labeling any electrical equipment that is likely to require examination, adjustment, service, or maintenance while energized. Employees should be aware of these labels and know their meaning. If you're unsure or have questions about the labeling on the equipment at your company, ask your supervisor. Employees who must work directly with electricity are required to wear proper personal protective equipment, or PPE. Electrical PPE is designed to protect workers from injury. Proper electrical PPE may include rubber insulating gloves, hoods, sleeves, matting, blankets, line hose, and industrial protective helmets designed to reduce electric shock hazard. Qualified personnel are further trained on the requirements of inspection and use of appropriate PPE. Using proper tools makes work easier and safer. Directly working with electricity or electrically energized equipment requires the use of specialized double-insulated tools. Qualified workers must practice proper tool maintenance to prevent deterioration, which can lead to an increased risk of injury. Tools should be checked before each use and removed from service if a defect is found. Defective tools should not be returned to service unless they are properly repaired or replaced. If an injured worker is in contact with an energized circuit, do not touch the victim. Shut off the power and call 911. Rescue should only be performed by knowledgeable persons trained in electrical hazards and rescue techniques. If you are trained and are certain the circuit is de-energized, apply CPR or rescue breathing if breathing has stopped or seems slow. Check for injuries. If the victim has fallen and a spinal injury is suspected, do not move him or her unless failing to move them will result in risk to life. Instead, stay with the victim and wait for medical assistance. When medical professionals arrive, inform them of what happened and of all injuries you have noticed. Electricity is a vital part of our modern world. We depend on it every minute of every day, even while we're sleeping. And while it is a positive force in our lives, we must recognize, respect, and protect ourselves from the inherent dangers associated with its use. Proper training, PPE, and complying with regulatory standards not only helps to ensure your safety, but also the safety of those around you. Remember, failing to properly protect yourself from injury not only hurts you, it is most damaging to those who care about you. Can you list 3 things your company does to minimize your risk?